is Lucia Ferrara, and I'm Director of Hospitality here at the Precious Blood Renewal Center. Thank you for joining me today. And today is a brand new day, and it's bright and sunny out, and springtime has come, and nothing better than a nice spring refreshing cake. So what comes to my mind is a wonderful lemon cake. Something easy and simple that you probably have most of the ingredients already at home in your cupboard. You know, the other thing I was thinking was sometimes in life things get thrown at us, and you know, that saying something about making lemonade out of lemons. Well, this is kind of like throwing in a bunch of different ingredients that you may already have that, I don't know, maybe good, maybe not so good as far as taste, but when we throw them all together, it makes this wonderful, delicious, bright, really good flavored cake, okay? So what we're going to do today is we're going to start first by, I went ahead and emptied a 1 box lemon cake mix. 1 box. It could be any brand you want. If you don't have lemon at home and all you have is yellow or a vanilla cake mix, you can use that too. I like to do the lemon because it just gives it more flavor in the end. So we're going to take 2/3 cup, or actually I think I have here a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Okay, so I'm going to pour that in there, a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, then 2/3 cup of water. Then we're going to take 1 package of lemon instant pudding mix, which that really makes the cake even more moist and even more flavorful. So we're going to pour that in there. Now some recipes, when doing this kind of recipe, everyone has a different take on it. And for me, I started putting just about, I don't know about you, but I like my things flavorful. So I kind of like to add about a teaspoon, maybe 1/2 teaspoon, depending on your liking, of lemon extract. Okay, so we put that in there. Then you can even make it a little more tangy and just zest a little bit of a lemon in there. It kind of gives it some extra too. Now, because I put the lemon extract, some recipes include, you might see some recipes that want you to put some, you know, squeeze a lemon in there, you know, and we could squeeze a little bit after I zested. What's a little more lemon flavor, right? So, all right, and then our last ingredient is 4 eggs. So we're just gonna do 4 eggs in here. And prior to getting your cake batter ready, I want you to turn your oven on to preheat at 350, okay? So you're gonna do that. And now we're just going to mix it with our blender until it's well blended. The smell is delightful. I wish you guys could smell it, but you will once you make your own lemon cake at home. Okay? So now we're just going to pour it in our pan here, our cake pan. Whatever cake pan you choose to use is fine. I just chose this one because it's kind of pretty, kind of a bundt cake. And we're going to do this. Just going to put it in here. Okay. All right. So, smells really good. And we're going to put this in the oven at 350, like I said, in a preheated oven. And for about 30 minutes, okay? Now, if your oven varies and it's more on the warmer side or not so warm side, then give or take about 5 or 10 minutes, okay? But just check on it. Do not open your oven door for the first 15 to 20 minutes of baking, because you know what that does? It flattens your cake, and then it's hard to make it rise again. Been there and done that. It's not pretty. So, do not open your oven. We're going to come back and we're going to look at our lemon cake in about 30 minutes. Alright guys, we're back and we are going to get our cake and flip it. So, onto a cake platter here. Alright, so there's our cake, our beautiful lemon cake. Alright, so now in order to make the glaze, what we're going to do is I've prepared here, move that over, 2 cups of powdered sugar, alright, and then we're going to take, I don't know, about 1/3 cup of lemon juice. So I just have some of this here that I'm going to use, about 1/3 cup. Okay, pour that in here, and then you could use vanilla extract or you can use vanilla extract for your glaze, either way. So I'm going to pour about a teaspoon of that. I like it a lot, so I'm going to put a little more. Okay, so we got that in there. Alright, and then we're just going to mix, we're going to blend this. Alright, so that to me looks pretty good. Alright, now remember, it's just a glaze. It's not going to, it's not made to look any certain way. So sometimes I'll just pour it in my little cup here. You don't have to use all the glaze. You could save this. This will last in the fridge in a nice tight container for a while. But I'm going to go ahead and pour it. Now my cake is still kind of warm to touch. So we're just going to kind of put it on there like this. Okay. Earlier I was telling you guys about, making lemonade out of lemons when life gets tough, right? Well, let's face it. All of us want our cake and eat it too, right? So, cake is a yummy treat, but have we ever considered eating the ingredients to our cake separately? No. I know I haven't, because who wants to eat a raw egg or just a spoonful of flour or maybe a little bit of oil? Yuck, right? So life can be like a cake. Separately, those ingredients can be bitter at times or raw or hurtful to us, but You know, I was reading this devotional a couple days, and it was saying about thinking of the tough times as being untasty, you know, that some of the tough times that we've experienced in life, and that life is full of disappointments, suffering, pain, hurts, and sometimes we ask God why, you know, and that's okay, because God wants us to go to Him and talk to Him. But the good news is that God is able to use those things for good and for His purpose in our life, right? So, yes, bad things happen to all of us. We live in a world that, you know, we're all sinners. It doesn't matter, you know. But some ingredients of a cake don't taste very good either when we eat them alone or we taste them alone, right? So, but together they can serve a good purpose, and it's good, right? So I want you guys to think of some good times. Would we really appreciate these as much as if we never had any tough experiences? We appreciate the sunshine even more after several days of rain, right? Or don't we really love a nice cozy blanket when it's bitter cold outside? Yes, we all do. So God is able to blend the good and the bad experiences in our lives together for the good and for good of His purpose, right? So all together they create a life that is meaningful, useful, and tasty, just like this yummy lemon cake that we made here today. But there's one verse I want to share with you, and it comes from Romans chapter 8:28, which says, and this is a beautiful promise that God gives us. He says, God causes all things to work together for good to those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. So I encourage all of you sometime this week, bake the lemon cake, and as you do, take a little taste of the ingredients. Take time for God and thank Him for being able to use both the tasty and the yucky experiences in life. Then share the cake and this message of hope to others. So now I'm going to share, I've shared my message, and now we're going to share some cake. Alright, so come on over. We're going to have some cake. Some cake and some tea. Maybe it's coffee you want. Me and my friend here, we're going to have cake. So let's taste it. It looks very moist and yummy, right? Let's see what this tastes like. Very good. Very lemony, very moist, very warm. It's wonderful. So go out into the world, guys. Spread a little love, spread some hope, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.